Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the industry in which I operate. I get a lot of calls and LinkedIn messages from young people who have just graduated from university and are intent on building a career in the investment business. And they often want to get together with me, and they're looking for a job, of course, or an internship. But sometimes they just want to talk about the investment business and where the opportunities are and how it was that I became an investment portfolio manager. And I'm always happy to sit down with somebody, but maybe if I put this on video, I'll answer the questions and I won't have to sit down with anybody anymore. Firstly, I tell people about the path that I took to becoming a portfolio manager, which is kind of an unusual path. I'm not going to describe it here, but just suffice it to say that if I could come from where I came to become a portfolio manager, somebody with a commerce degree or other types of pedigree would certainly have an easier time finding their place in the industry. But generally what I like to talk about is, the first thing I like to ask people is whether they think of themselves as a number one or a number two. And what I mean by that is, are they an entrepreneur and somebody who's going to forge their own independent business, or are they more of an analytical type and somebody who would work as an analyst in an organization that's already structured? And there's no right or wrong answer to that. It's just important to understand which of those two things you are. And every time I ask somebody, I can tell that it's a question that they reflect on, and they're generally not certain, but it's something to become certain about, I think, in terms of where you want to be in this industry. And then the second thing I talk to them about is the goal of, my view of what the goal of being an investor is, or an investment professional, other than obviously producing good results for the customers that trust you with their money. And that is to create for yourself an independence, or what I like to call off money. And by that, what I mean is that amount of money that puts you in a position personally so that you have complete control over your future and you're not dependent on any particular person or organization for anything. And so once you accomplish that, you and your family have a certain freedom. And beyond that, the kind of successes that you might have are really just a game of Monopoly as far as I'm concerned. So that concept is something that, that idea is something that I took to heart early on, and I heard it from other people who were much more experienced in business than I, and I took it on as my goal as well. And I think it's an important thing for a young person to think about. So that's a little bit about the investment industry and a couple of ideas around that.